In my previous videos, I had covered how to use Python in different ways, like using IDLE, shell, command line, and IDE, right? So you can go through that video, and even I had covered a video like how to install Python on Windows platform. So you can go through that video and easily install Python programming language on your system. So the process is same for Mac OS as well. So the common platform is Windows, which is mostly used by the student community. So it will be easy to go with Windows as of now. So right. So I will start with my basics. Right. So I'm opening a new file. Right. So here I will use IDE shell. So it will be very better than command line. So you can do the same in command line as well. So I am directly using IDE shell. Even through this also you can learn the in-depths like how to code. You can learn more mistakes. You can learn to more uh, from this IDE shell, right? So the basic logic behind using IDE shell command line is to know the in-depth of the programming language. So we directly don't use IDE because for learning purpose we use command line so that we can learn in deep, like what are the errors, why this is error is coming, where the error is coming. So this kind of thing can be easily understood. Like we can, we can know the depths of the programming language. So I will start with Python comments, right? So what is the comment? I will just zoom the window font size. We can zoom the font size by options configure ideally, then go to this size, increase it to around 16. It will be much better. So I will click on apply, okay, and then apply. So we generally use a hashtag to comment a line. So what is the main purpose of comments? I had also previously covered this. So comments generally explain the code, a piece of code. So like for example, I can here write a comment, this is not executed, right? This is a comment. So I will go at a bit faster pace so that I can cover more topics, right? So this is a comment, right? How can a comment be like? You can use prefix a line with the hashtag. There are multiple ways to comment. So I had covered that in my previous videos. You can go to that video, right? So this is our comment. We use hashtags for comments. We can use forward slash as well, right? You can use forward slash as well. You can use this like forward slash asterisk as well. Where is asterisk? Yeah, like that we can also use asterisk. Like this is also a comment. So there are many different ways to comment a piece of code, right? So the main important topic, variables. So what is a variable? A variable is used to store some data, right? Like if we want to do some calculation, we need two numbers. So where we will store these two numbers means in variables. For example, you are having 10, 20. We will store 10 in variable A and 20 in variable B. We use the plus operator to do the addition operations. So like this, we use variables for different purposes. So generally, to be specific, variables are created the moment you assign a value to them, right? So variables are created for the purpose of storing data, and the variables are created at the moment you assign a value to them. I mean, for example, if I want to assign a value 10 to variable A, so I will directly use the variable and assign that value. So this way we can use variables, right? So this is the value 10, which is of type integer. Similarly, we can store different types of values in a variable, like this is the float, right? And this is a string, and double quotes we can use the strings, right? This is this is py Python programming. So like this we can use strings as well. We can store individual characters, like we can store boolean values like b equal to like this we can draw tru, like this is a boolean value, right? You can use list as well. A keyword, so I will play a postfix one, like because we can use list values as well, like a comma b, like this we can use list. So I will perform some operations on this. I will explain more in depth about these variables going forward. So right, these are some basic variables of type boolean, of type list, of type string. So we can use various types of variables, like this is a variable type of float, like numeric type. In numeric we have various different types in Python. So here why I am explaining these means these are the basic building blocks of Python programming languages. So in Python we have different types of data types for a variable. So they are integer, float, right? And we can use strings, we can use boolean values like this, right? Next we can have list. So we can use arrays. In C language Java we call arrays, but here we have list, dictionaries, sets as well. We have tuples as well, right? So we will be using all of them going forward. So this is the basic example of variables, how variables are used. We use an equal to operator or assignment operator to assign a value to a variable, right? So next what is like next we will use some operators on these variables, like for example for addition I will use two variables a plus b, like this we can use like this. We can assign a variable over a equal to 1 2 and b equal to 45, and we can store this to a variable addition and print the variable accordingly. So this is the one of the basic operation. We are adding two values using variables. I am showing the value to another variable, that is addition, and finally I am using the print function to print that final addition of those a and b, right? So like this we can use variables to perform some basic operations. Values means data, we store data to variables. So these are the different ways in which we can use variables, right? So this is a addition operation on variables, right? We are using addition operator like this. We can use subtraction, we can use multiplication using asterisk, we can use this forward slash for division, we can use percentile like this for without float number. I mean, if you want an absolute value of a number, we can use like this double forward slash to eliminate the decimal part. For example, if I divide C with, if I divide C with B, means definitely the value should be decimal, but it will print only numerical part. I mean the absolute value. It will remove the float value. For example, I will show you like this. Saving py base 6. So click on run module. Invalid syntax, in the sense we need to add here, we need to add asterisk like this. So just have a look how I am editing the code based upon the errors, right? Now we will see whether this is a valid comment or not again. So it is again showing. So I will do like this. Controllers function again the same issue. So it has values on. Or else we can use like this. That is generally used in Java actually. I got confused with that. So this is the best way. This is the way in which Python commands are used, right? So correct me. Sorry for that. So I had used Java syntax, right? So this is the Python syntax. This is the way to comment lines. Like that, you can add multiple lines even like that. So it will treat as comments. This is not executed by the interpreter, right? So this is the one of the way to comment lines. So I will remove to save some of the space, right? Next, I will comment this using hashtag. How to use? No, this is commented. Control save, Control S, Control F5. So you can see the value is 0. Why? Because I had used print operation, right? So it has printed the value because it is not completely divisible, right? C 34 by 45. So it won't give any value properly. So if I use like this means it will definitely give some value, right? If I want to remove the decimal part means I have to use double forward slash. What will happen if I use double forward slash? It will remove the decimal part. See, clearly observe. You can ask me in comments if you need more detailed video of variables operators. So I am going at a pace so that I can cover more topics, right? So like this we can use a double forward slash to eliminate the decimal part. If I use asterisk means it will print the multiplication of those two numbers, right? 1557, it is a value. Like this we can use plus operator. This is the power, I mean 334.6 to the power 45. It will be a very huge value, so I will decrease this value. Now if I click on run, it will calculate the value. Show it is that unsupported operand type for float int. So I will do like this, c equal to 34, so that I can show you how the power can be calculated using Python. So this is a symbol, power symbol, right? 2 to the power 5. For example, this will create 34 to the power 4. You can calculate the square of this number using 2, right? 34 into 34 will be calculated and stored over here, and it will be printed in this print function. So like this, we can use variables, data types, and these are the basic operations in Python on variables, right? So this is the print function. It is used to print output on the standard output console, which is monitor, right? So these are the this is some of the high level overview of the variables, data types, and operators, followed by comments and print function, right? We have various formatting in print function as well, so that is not as much as important as of now. You can directly explore on your own about the formatting in print function. So it is up to your interest. So next we will get into the one of the important topic in object oriented programming is control flows, right? We have loops to execute code repeatedly, same piece of code repeatedly. We use control flows. In Python we have for and while loops, right? I will show how to use them, right? So these are the commonly used loops, for and while loop. So loops allow you to repeat a block of code, right? A control flow statement generally allows a programmer to execute a block of code multiple times, right? I will show how a piece of code can be executed multiple times using. Suppose, for example, I want to print two table, right? For example, I want to print like this. Let's see. Right? Like this, I want to print it 2 into 10 equal to 20. So here we are using a logic. What is that logic? Multiplication logic for the remaining as well, like 2 into 3, 2 into 4, 2 into 5. So I am not trying to now I am not willing to type this manually. So I am using the loop over here. How can I do that? Let's have a look at this. So this is the for loop and this is the syntax, right? For keyword and the iterable variable, for next in operator, and then the range function. This is one of the way to use for loop, or we can directly use a list also over here. So I will show that as well later. So for I in range, right? Next print in range 1 to 10. So I can use like that. So it will print till 9 only. So I will modify the code later. I will show you the code first. Print 2 into I. Next, I want to print like this. Right? I will save this code first. Here I will write a print statement, right? So that I can separate the upper part, right? Control S function F5. So what happened to do the two ones are 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is a 2 table. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. Like I need to print 20 as well. So what I can do is that I can increase this value. Like generally range function only takes -1 value. So this is starting value, this is the ending value. So ending value -1 will be taken in range function, right? So extreme value, this is the extreme value, so it will not consider 11, it will take only till 10. So now I will save the code and run once again. So here you can see that what has happened. Yeah, control S function F5. So we have printed 20 as well, right? So this is the way to use for loop for performing any kind of repetitive operation in programming language, right? So this is one of the statement, for loop statement, first statement. Another we have a while statement as well. So if I want to do formatting, I can do that. How to print to next print into I value. Next what I have to print, I value. After that equal to what I have to bring next, 2 into I. So let's check. Awesome, right? So this way I had formatted the print function. So this, you can call this as formatting print function. So you can also explore how to do this and all. There are various ways. So I had used commas to separate the values, right? So in this way I have printed the two values. So I had used for loop to do this operation because I am doing a multiplication operation multiple times, so that the task can be done easily, right? So I'm not writing the whole table manually, rather than I'm using for loop to do the operation, right? So this is one of the way to use for loop. So you have got an idea, right? What is the main uses of for loop? So to use a piece of code repetitively, we use loops. So this is one of the for loop. Next we have for loop using list. So I will show how to print a value stored in a list. So how can we declare a list using square brackets, right? So this is a list. So list is a keyword. I will prefix 2, right? So here we can import some values, right? You cannot use like this. We can use direct square brackets, right? This is an empty list. This is an empty list. If you want to add elements, you add like this, right? Java. So I will go slowly so that you can understand the things easily, clearly. Right? I will go at a slower pace now. So these are the some of the elements inside list in Python, right? So now if I want to use for loop on this, I can do that, right? For I in list 2 colon enter print, what we will use, what is the variable which we are using, I. So this is the, see there is an pop-up like showing how to use print function. So these are the various things which we can use inside print. So ignore as of now print I. So it will print every value inside list 2. First it will pick up index 0 Java and it will assign it to variable I, and then it will print, right? So it will completely print Python, Java, C++. This is at index 0, index 1, index 2. I will explain that as well later when we will discuss more about individual data types, right? Function 5. So what happened? It has printed all the 3 items in list. So why this has printed 2 times? We will figure out that as well. What might have happened is I value has been used twice, right? So we can eliminate that by using J, right? So this also shows the scope of variable, like why the variable I has been used over here. So it comes under scope of variable. We will discuss about scope of variables when we enter into object oriented programming. What is a scope, what is a variable scope, function scope, class scope, like that. Okay, here, right? So this is the one more usage of for loop using list, right? There are many ways we can do that. We can directly use a list. You can directly enter values like this. You can use range as well, right? We can use set of numbers in brackets over here, for example, like this. For I in, for k in, like this. We can easily pass the numbers of any type. A list acts in Python. List accepts homogeneous different kind of data types. Whereas in Java and other languages it is different, right? We need to use a single data type for an array. Here it is totally different in Python. Okay, we need to postfix. What need to postfix? We need to postfix colon, right? Where for loop here. Now control save, function F5, we can see the output, right? Where is output? Here is the output, right? We have iterated over the list, so we can easily learn Python. So this is the basics of Python, right? So these are the some basic operations on for loop. Next we have while loop, right? So while loop also does the same. We can do these operations using while loop as well. So I request you to code on your own, run the code, go through the errors, modify the code. In this way you can learn programming more effectively, right? So next, what is while loop? So while loop repeats a block of code as long as a specified condition is true. I mean, it will keep on executing a block of code till the condition mentioned in the syntax of while loop is true. For example, I need to keep on printing a value till 50 it should stop after 50, right? So the condition is I need to keep on printing the values until the maximum value reaches 50. How can we do that? So I will take while statement. Now here you have to write the condition. We can use brackets, it is optional. So directly I will be writing the code. In other languages use brackets and all. 50. So while count less than 50. So we use colon for while statement. We use braces in other programming languages. Here we use colon, right? We need to keep a focus on indentation, right? Because the scope depends upon the indentation. So you will directly not get used to it while programming, while using. You will know where to give indentation, what is indentation, and all, right? Even I will teach you what is indentation, right? So I am not willing to go that much basic level, right? I can explain you if it is required in comment section of this videos. I can reply the piece of code and explain you over the comment itself if it is required, right? So this is a kind of a quick fresher kind of video, like brush up video, right? So while count less than equal to 50, print count, right? From where should it start? From 0, right? Okay. So I will print till 50, right? What I will do is I will print use this statement. I'll use separator. Let's see whether it is working or not. Is it working? What happened? It has went into an infinite loop because I started the count at 0, but I haven't incremented the count value. So I can press break button. You can use control break. So it has not stopped. So generally we can use pause break, right? Okay, I'm killing it directly. So I will reopen it. So this is a new laptop, so I'm not aware of the shortcut keys in this, right? So what happened is like it started at 0, but the value didn't go to 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Because we need to write piece of code that is count plus plus means plus 1. It is completely similar to count equal to count plus 1, right? I have write it in the short form. It's showing an error over here. Like count, this is similar to this one. Control S function. Let's see now. What happened? It has printed till 50 using while loop. So while loop keeps on executing a piece of code till the condition becomes false, which is mentioned in the while statement. So now you must have got an idea like in what case we have to use for loop and in which case we have to use while loop. So I can do the same operation using for loop as well. For example, mm, I can use for loop like this. Right, I will do one thing. We can use range to terminate directly. You can range 50 if we start from 0 to 49. That is one way. Another way. Yes. This is the range. Print I value. It should stop at 50. So how can I there mention that condition? So there is a conditional statement, if statement. You can use if I double equal to 50 colon break. So this will terminate the code, not code for loop, right? I will save. I will also write one more statement so that we can understand the for loop easily. This particular for loop. Print for using a break and if, right, control S function. Control S function. Again, what happened? I had printed till 49. So what happened? At 40, if the value is 50, it will terminate the for loop, right? So if you write 51 means it will take the 50, right? So there are many, we can play with the code. In this way you can learn more, right? So these are the basic control statements in Python. On the top side we have discussed variables, data types, basic operations on data types, multiplication, addition, division, power, right? So these are the various basics. These are the basics of Python programming language. You have to explore the other in-depth knowledge by writing the code on your own, right? So next concept which we can learn is functions, right? These are the basic building blocks of programming language, like ABCDs of a programming language. So we had learned about variables. We have seen what is a data type. For different types of data, we call it as data types, and we have seen a listed data type as well. We have seen loops. We have used range function. We have used in operator. We have is operator as well. So while going through the basics, I will introduce you the various operators, like there is not, right, equal to, not equal to, various functions and operators are there. Even you can also explore those, right? So I am explaining these basics so that I can directly go to object oriented programming. There I will reuse these concepts, right? After going through the object oriented programming OOPS concepts, I will go into basic data structures in Python so that you can understand the complete basics of Python programming language, syntax, how things are being used in Python, like what is the syntax, so that you can get an basic knowledge. You will get a basic knowledge on Python programming language, so you can decide easily, right, which language you have to use, like C language, C++, Java. Currently C and C++ are not preferred in real world. For learning purpose you can use, like in real world they are not being used much, like Java, Python, .NET and all, right? So next I will start the topic of functions, right? What is a function, right? A function is a block of code. I mean, functions arrange lines of code. For example, here the code is like completely mixed up. for every topic I had not used some kind of spaces and all. I have mixed up the whole code, right? So here there is no readability properly, although I had used print function to separate the code, right? This is the part 1, this is the part 2, this is part 3. So in this way I am breaking down the code so that it will be easy to see in the output with these lines, right? So even we can use functions to uh, increase the readability in a programming language, right? So functions are blocks of organized reusable code that perform a single related action, right? They help break down a program into modular chunks. I mean, we can break down a 10,000 lines of code into modular chunks. This helps in code readability, right? And a function is defined using def keyword. So these are all the keywords: for keyword, if, in, break. These are the keywords. So no need to mug up these things. True is a keyword. Like the range is a function. These are the functions. These are all predefined, right? So for functions we use the keyword def, right? And we can use colon. We can use function name. We have arguments, everything in function. Right? This is the base syntax. I will show the syntax. Def keyword, and here we have function name as greet, like greet. So this is function name, right? We use colon, click on enter. So it will automatically take 4 spaces here. This is the tab space generally. So indentation is used in Python. Indentation is done using spaces, right? So you can generally learn that by doing code on your machine, right? I will use a print statement inside this function. This is a function in Python, right? So here I will write the code for greeting. So whenever I start the program, this will print. I will take another function. What to do after greeting? I need to do some kind of addition. Alright. I will type like this. Addition. Now I am going to do. So I will directly call the function name. So whatever code is written inside that function, it will be executed and the operation will be done and the final output will be given. Now I am doing addition, right? If I would have wrote this code, if I would have written this string in a variable, so it won't be possible to directly use it like this, right? So I will suppose if I want to call this piece of code in between my operation, so I cannot directly call this code, right? So if I would have written this piece of code in a function, means I can call directly with this function name. So that is advantage of using functions, right? So you will get more clarity on that further. So I'm just showing you how to describe a function using def keyword. This is function name, parenthesis, colon, like 4 spaces, and this is the function. So this is the indentation. So we follow a same indentation for each function within the function, right? Like this we can write many things. Right, save. So how to call a function? If I run this directly, it won't print anything, right? This was output of the previous topics, right? So if I want to, I will decrease this, right? No, right? So if I want to execute this piece of code, I can directly call with this name, right? So if I have 100 lines of code inside greet, I no need to call them line by line, right? So I can directly call this greet function. So if I want to call addition first, I can call this function name first. If I want to call this greet first, means I will write greet. For example, like this, see, a equal to right now like this. Whatever the output is coming from greet function is stored into variable a, and that is being print over here, right? So here what will happen? It will print this code, but this code won't be printed. This line of code won't be printed because I haven't called def addition function, right? So I will click on save function fi. So I think you must have understood by this output. See what happened? Only the code which was written inside this greet was printed, but addition was not printed because I haven't called this addition. So like this, functions help in organizing code. We can call whenever at a specific required point. So this will arrange the code in a particular order, right? We can call first, we can suppose if you want to open a browser, so we can write the code to open a browser in a particular function. Next we will open login page, so we will next write the function for login page. Next we will write the code for OK button. What does OK button do in the submit button? It will interact with the database, so we will write a database code. So for every set of operations we can use functions, and we can call them in order. Also we can arrange the code in a specific order, so that another developer can also read that code easily. So in this way we are using the functions, right? Functions help in code reusability, readability, right? So these are the two basic advantages of functions in a programming language. So with this I have concluded what is a function, what is a variable, what are the for loop statement, what is a while loop statement, what is a break, like what does break does, right? Okay, this is a conditional operator, comparison operator. We are comparing two values, I with 51. Like this we have used a mix of all the things in a single quick wrap up video, right? So that I can directly go to OOPS concept. So by this we have seen functions, looping statements, right? For loop, while loop, right? You've seen variables, commands. So these are the basic things. Like whenever we learn a language, we generally learn alphabets, right? We generally learn grammar of that specific language. Similarly, in Python or any other programming language also, we learn these kind of things. I mean variables, what are variables, what is commands, what are data types, what are operators, what are functions, what are controlling statements, how functions are used, what is the main purpose of using functions in the programming language. So these are the very basic level of concepts in a programming language. So I will continue with a few more basics in the another video. So please do like and comment this video so that I can get some kind of motivation and do more videos, so then improve my communication, so that it will be beneficial to those who are new to this Python programming language. There might be many other languages which are many other channels promoting Python programming languages, teaching Python programming languages. So it totally depends upon the viewer whether he is willing to go through a particular channel. So I'm generally trying to create videos for the purpose of the social welfare, right? So that everyone can access these videos and take advantage of these videos at a free of cost, right? Thank you.